Hello, and welcome to another edition of Camille's Corner. I am Bridget, your host. I don't know why I'm singing, but anyways, it's been a while since I've done a podcast, because of life. Life is lifing. So, but I made a point to come on today, and I want to talk about Tyler Perry's Divorce in Black. Take a deep breath. Over the past, whenever it came out, because I don't have any statistics in front of me. I haven't done any research to pull from. This is just off the dome, and it's out of the heart through my mouth. Like, this is, But anyways, so what I thought about the movie. Now, first of all, I am a Tyler Perry fan. Put it out there, whatever your religious beliefs are, whatever, But I like him as a person, and I like what he has done for himself and for the Black community. I'm proud of him from pulling himself up from the bootstraps to be a huge success. So I'm really, I'm not a Tyler Perry basher, but I will say that a lot of his movies are sort of similar. They're like, you can almost guess what's going to happen, before it happens. And I'm a movie buff, not just a music head, but I like movies too. I'm not going to say I watch all the movies out there and it can tell you and off the dome, this, that, and the other, but I've watched enough of Tyler Perry's films and his plays, and I've watched enough of other films and movies to kind of give my opinion on it. Okay, so for me, in the very beginning of it, whenever the funeral, when it started with the funeral, to me, it seems like Tyler Perry, he actually feels like he wants to go gruesome, because when we watched, was it Family Reunion, I think. No, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, that's what it was. And Charles was throwing her out of the house, by her hair. And she was all dressed up thinking it was for her, but it was for the girlfriend that he was moving in whenever he was moving her out. That was a lot. And then he twisted it around to where she would have to wind up taking care of him after he got shot. And I felt like it was realistic. Because, I feel as though if I am not married and my ex-husband, had something terrible happen to him and he had no one to help him, I would like to think that I would like to think that. But, had he mistreated me the way that he mistreated her, then it, I could see it, in other words. But that stuff, I'm not saying that it can't happen. I can't say that a lot of stuff can't happen, but that was gruesome. The fact that they, now, disclaimer, if you haven't seen the movie, then don't click on this, because I'm going to talk about the movie and the details and everything, the conclusion, the end, whatever, So stop right now if you don't want to hear, the entire thing about the movie. Well, anyway, for the ones of us who have seen it, it was just gruesome. It was just like, who takes a person out of a casket in a funeral, And it may be some people in the world that that's actually happened to. I hope I never see it. I hope I don't even meet the people that it's happened to, because they have got to have some issues. The fact that she ordered them to do it, her sons, and then that they did it, and she proceeded to take her clothes off and the funeral as well and throw them at the pastor. Um, that was bad. That was bad. I think I would have been one of the ones in the church just like shouting and hollering and thinking, Lord, what is really going on here? And I kind of wish sometimes that he would give other writers chance to tell a story that they have in their head, because I don't know if he's actually seen that happen, but apparently it was a story that was in his head that he felt like he needed to write and then eventually make to a movie. But that was a lot. And even if the movie is giving you a lesson of some sort, does it have to be so bad? I'm sitting there like this, and I'm sure that probably is the reaction that he was hoping for and looking for, and it held your interest, of course. But I don't know. But then as the movie progresses, you see Corey Hardrick. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name. Hardrick, I think. And I've never seen him in a role like that. But I will give him thumbs up for his acting, because he made me believe. He made me believe that's who he really was. And he did. I mean, he was arrogant. He was not educated, not, well groomed or whatever, and came from a life of a home of dysfunction, and then she came from a 2-parent home, and she's educated or whatever, and had a little bit of better morals, I guess, capacity than he had. But he made me believe that he was that person, and that's how I judge a movie, or I judge how a person fared in that movie. If you make me believe that this is really you, you're doing something. You are doing something. And it was just wild. It was wild. And it seems to me, because other people have different opinions, and they, almost make you feel bad for having a different one. But this is a safe place for me, so I'm going to say what I want to say, okay? So it seems that it's when he teaches the lesson and people get the lesson, I get the lesson in it. But I just don't feel that it has to be that bad or this bad, or as bad as it's portrayed, for it to and then there's a damsel in distress, and then there's somebody that comes, that's the love interest, that kind of sort of helps you get through, and then you got your friends and your girls, and all of that. So I don't know, it was just, she had a good girlfriend, okay, and then it brought light to her girlfriend's husband actually having an affair as well. And he, and they may have talked about it before, and they may have gotten over it, but he brought it up again. And how he was almost like stalking her, showing up in her office. He would just show up and just sit outside the building. And like I said, he really, really made me believe that's who he was. And then he wanted the divorce. And then after she signed the papers, then all of a sudden, I'm going to tell my mama and brothers that you my wife, and that's just going to be the it. And I'm going to go out there and get my things and bring them in. Like, hello, sir. No, that's not going to happen. And then the guy, I kind of feel like it happened too quick. And even though she had signed the papers already, I don't know. I think I would have waited a little while before bringing them to my house. I just felt like it was sort of rushed, kind of. But, when I talk to people and I bring it up, and then people have such strong views and opinions, that it's almost like, dang, I was just giving my opinion. I didn't mean to offend you or affect you in any kind of way. But others seem to think that, it wasn't too much, because people really live like that, and people really go through these types of things. And, by us not talking about it doesn't mean that, it doesn't happen. And I totally agree. I totally agree that it's some things that probably go on that would really break a person's heart. And the fact that the person that's probably dealing with it or in it um, probably really needs some intense psychotherapy to get over it. But that person may be next to you on the bus, next to you at dinner, at another table. I mean, you just never know. Walking in the street, walking in Walmart, for goodness sake, and anything could set them off because that's the environment that they were brought up in. It wasn't to live and to be happy. It was survival almost. And it wasn't loving. So they don't know how to give love or to receive love. And they may not even realize they're worthy to be loved. And so that's that whole thing. I mean, I'm not saying that, it didn't give valid points and it didn't give good lessons. I just felt like some of the stuff was just and then of course I can compare them to other movies that he's had, where there was a person that was hurt, or the damsel, so to speak, and then here's this person that comes into your life, and it's the right time, it's the wrong time, but the right person almost, and they try to have a go at it, but then something else pops up, and then it kind of slows what they have going on. But for me, I was in an abusive relationship as well, and of course I consider that one an abusive one. He may not have hit her with his hands, but the things that he would say to her and how he would treat her certainly adds up to abuse. I mean, really. And so, like I said, coming from that, you don't necessarily really need to get into another relationship so quickly, because you have so much stuff that you need to sort through, get through. And people are different, and they may not need to. That saying that they all say, the way to get over one is to get on top of another one, or underneath another one. To get over somebody, get underneath another one. But for people like me, that doesn't work. I mean, it may temporarily take your mind off of what happened to you or what's going on in your life, but it definitely doesn't solve anything, and it's not really healthy, and it's really not fair to the other person, because once you become totally healed from whatever it is that you have gone through, and sometimes it takes years and maybe even a lifetime to get completely over them, but you're at least able to deal better with the situation and deal better with your life and your emotions, and how to heal from that and move forward in your life. So I just feel like some of the movies, I know he's probably never going to see this podcast, and that's fine. Hey, I know he's busy and he's all that, but someone needs to give him just a little bit of advice on women who can't just move on like that. Like they need time, and find yourself, even if it means you slept with a guy, you know what I'm saying, to kind of ease the pain. But then the next day, you need to be doing self-help. You need to be either taking therapy, going to therapy, and showing that it actually works. Because he did one film with Taraji, and she was like court ordered to go to therapy, and I don't think she learned a thing out of it, because she was just like, she wasn't having it. She wasn't, she didn't want to be there. She, almost like, you talking, because I don't want to be talking in here. And she just was like, whatever advice that was given, she wasn't trying to take that advice. She wasn't trying to hear any of that stuff. And, it led to her being some sort of psycho. And so that's why I say, let's broaden our horizons here. Let's make girl that was in a terrible relationship finding herself. And she found out that she just needed to be by herself for a while to get herself together, to be ready to receive love from someone who is not out to hurt you or damage you in any way. Because some people do come to heal, not necessarily just to damage you. And you need to be able to see it and receive it and discern whether or not, okay, I think this one's for me right here. Because they don't give a backstory as to how they met and how they courted each other and then, got married or whatever. So you have to think, what was it about her that made her attracted to someone that she felt like she could help or she needed the help? You know what I'm saying? Because I think that was her thing. She wanted to be with her husband, stay with her husband. And not only that, she also wanted to help heal her husband from his traumas. And he'll have a moment where he's soft and he'll cry and he'll share, about his situation that he was in when he was living with his mom when he was young. And I have no qualms about that. That's great. But, that's supposed to be, I feel, in a therapy chair, a therapist chair, talking to them about that, because it's obvious that whatever type of help he needs, she was not able to help him. And we as women, we need to understand that. We need to realize that we are human and we are, nurturers by nature. We are, and most of us, because some women are not. Some women can be, I'm done with you and on to the next. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not judging anyone, never. Because that's you. It's not me. I don't have to, live with that person. But my thing is simply, for the ones who don't just fall out of love because you broke up, the ones that takes a little bit of more time to heal from some things that they encounter in their relationship, that we just don't always need a man to come and fix it, so because of that, now she's involved with this crazy man that put his hands on her mother, and the other brothers beat up and shot her daddy. I mean, you're putting your whole family at risk dealing with people like that. And he says that, she was judging him the whole time, never wanted me to be me. I was trying to change me. Oh my goodness. Really? I mean, if she was, good luck, because she was trying to help him. But some people don't want to be helped. They don't want to be saved. They don't want to be helped. They don't want anything. They want to be who they are because that's what they know. And they don't realize that they could be better, or that they're harming themselves or harming others. They don't know, or they don't care. So I would give that movie really just based on the actresses and the actors, based upon how they acted. Even the lady, the mama, a lot of people actually thought she was Monique, because I've seen some memes where they thought, it was her talking, or they'll put when she was in Precious, the way she looked, and put it right beside this lady in this movie. And I can see that because they were dark, like dark souls, and it's like there would be really no help for them. I don't feel. Because I do know God can do miracles and things. I believe in them. But if a person doesn't want to be saved, or they don't want to do better or be better, I don't see how that's possible if that's not something that you're interested in doing. You know what I'm saying? I just don't, You know, even serving God is a choice. Even believing in God, it's a choice. It gives us that free will to do that. So if they don't have the free will to want to change, to want to do better or be better, excuse me, bad cough, sorry. They're not. And they don't know how. So, the actors, thumbs up. Okay? Thumbs up. You guys made me believe. I am a believer. Am I? Wow. But, as far as the movie as a whole, wow. It's really, really kind of hard to say, because I know I'm going to get some backlash from this, but it C plus, maybe B. And like I said, that's only because the actors and actresses did their thing. The mama, the dad, her mom and her dad, the girl, I want to say her name is Megan, but I can't remember what her name was in the movie. But anyway, so they did an awesome job. Awesome. I say, you know, they thumbs up. Megan, Corey, all of them, thumbs up. And the mom with the dimples, thumbs up. Daddy, who's the ex-husband of Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mom, thumbs up. He did that. But as a whole, I really would like for him to allow other writers to just throw him some stuff. Let him read it, you know, let him put his little TP on it. But just give him a chance, because it's your studio, it's your movie, it's everything you. But sometimes some fresh eyes can come in and give another perspective on that, give another way of telling that story. Anything, you know what I'm saying? And let's just give them an opportunity, Tyler. Just let them, you know, hey, I can throw you some stuff, you know, because I like to write, and you may even like what I write, but you know, I'm going off the deep end here. But anyway, that was just my take I wanted to give on Tyler Perry's Divorce in the Black. So, of course, you know what to do. You hit that like button, and then you subscribe, and then you can leave a comment, whether you agree or not, whether you understood what I was saying or disagreed with what I was saying. Whatever, that's fine, you know. So, thank you for tuning in. Till next time.